Denis and I were both instructed to come to the table without any preconceived ideas for where we thought we wanted the research to go, which is very hard to do because part of the creative process, of course, is inspiration. And when you know you're going into a new project, you have ideas that happen. But we tried very hard to begin our conversation with each other from a blank starting point. We would meet for coffee and discuss things that we were both interested in and try to discover where some of our research overlaps were, I guess.
Il fallait que moi j'apprenne ce qui allume un Whitefader. Puis Whitefader était aussi en attente, probablement d'idées de projet de ma part. Et à un moment donné, après quelques semaines, j'ai compris que Whitefader était en amour avec le collagène. Et un jour, elle mentionne qu'elle avait des relations ou elle avait des connaissances qui est reliées à une ancienne tannerie qui avait été redécouverte durant les travaux qui tournent autour de l'échangeur Turco. Et là, je me suis dit, OK, tannerie veut dire cuir, cuir veut dire collagène. Et là, ça m'a plus ou moins allumé. Je me suis dit, pourquoi on ne monte pas un projet autour du collagène? Et là, je me suis dit, pourquoi on ne va pas échantillonner le sol de cette tannerie-là en espérant peut-être trouver des micro-organismes super intéressants qui pourraient être des producteurs de l'enzyme collagénase, qui, je sais, est déjà utilisé par des gens qui travaillent en génie biomédical. Donc, je voyais une connexion entre, mettons, la tannerie, l'environnement, la microbiologie des sols, les arts et le génie tissulaire.
It was actually Denis' idea to have me, I think it was the first session in his lab. I brought soil samples from Montreal, and he said, well, why don't you also spit in a Petri dish and we'll culture that as well. So I went off by myself to a little corner in his lab and privately spit into a Petri dish. And it was so interesting because when eventually the cultures from the soil samples and the cultures from my saliva were both sent away, or they were all sent away to be sequenced, they were the exact same bacteria in all of the samples. So that was interesting for me because it made me realize that even though I have this fleshy barrier around my body, there's actually no separation between me and the environment that I inhabit. So that was an interesting discovery that came from the project.
La plus grande surprise, c'était que, sans qu'on le veuille, une fois qu'on a eu terminé toutes les démarches d'isolement des souches microbiennes, leur purification et leur identification, faites par un laboratoire externe, c'est de réaliser que la culture qui venait de la bouche de Whitefader, c'était la même que celle au pluriel qui avait été identifiée, qui avait été obtenue des différents échantillons de sol. Au point de vue écologie microbienne, c'est fort intéressant. Ça montre qu'il y a une forme d'uniformité dans l'écosystème microbien, que les mêmes causes produisent les mêmes effets.
My main reason for developing that cream was ultimately to try to take the piss out of the biotech industry. Often there's a lot of hype surrounding products that are developed, claiming to be developed in a laboratory. And it's using that authority of the laboratory to sell a product that doesn't necessarily have anything special about it. So I wanted to instigate some kind of critical discussion around where the biotech industry is intersecting with the beauty industry. The label for the product says not tested on animals, but that in itself is misleading because we developed a series of experiments on collagen plates, and that collagen is animal derived. It comes from rabbits. It's that sort of nuance that I want people to start to think about and develop their critical thinking skills a little bit and start to question more, where these products are coming from. And I wanted to do it with humor. The clinical trials, the human testing, involved me actually licking someone else's entire face. And I wanted to sort of show that this cream that was developed, it had a concentration of enzymes that, came from microbes from my saliva, but maybe, in fact, you could have the same effect just from having me lick your face. The goals of my research are quite different from the goals of exclusively scientific research. My research, because of my artistic background, incorporates artistic goals, which can often be cultural critique. As an artist, I typically am evolving my ideas by myself. So it was a process that required a lot of humility and a lot of patience, and I think that that is something that is very dependent on the personality of each collaborator. And luckily for Denis and I, our personalities meshed together very, very well, and we were able to maintain the qualities necessary to co-evolve a project idea.
White Feather a parlé d'humilité. C'est que souvent, nous, les chercheurs, on a des gros égos, puis on pense qu'on a la solution à tout, puis que quand on développe une recette high-tech, c'est toujours ce qu'il y a de mieux. Mais le message de White Feather, c'est que des fois, peut-être qu'on se complique la vie pour rien, que les solutions sont beaucoup plus simples. Tout labo de recherche est habitué d'accueillir du nouveau monde. C'est rare qu'on accueille des gens comme White Feather avec un background aussi différent. Donc, avec un côté artistique aussi fort. C'est amener de nouvelles idées, un nouveau point de vue auquel on n'est pas habitué. Le monde de la recherche est devenu très conservateur. Le monde de la recherche actuelle a peur du risque. Donc, quand on accueille quelqu'un comme White Feather sur un projet qui mélange les arts et la science, ça nous force à accepter d'explorer et de prendre des risques. Et prendre des risques, c'est souvent très payant.
What was the goal from the beginning? And we didn't have that pressure. It allowed for not only my creative ideas, but Denis' creative ideas. So Denis had an equal role in contributing creativity to this project. And together we developed protocols that incorporated artistic materials and artistic ideas with scientific protocols. So that would never have been possible if we didn't have the support of Sporeball and of Eric saying right from the beginning, you don't have to produce anything.